Wow, look at this massive crash on Bitcoin, now down to 25,000. Do you know what is happening in the markets right now? Also, the NASDAQ, the QQQ NASDAQ ETF is down. All the tech stocks like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Facebook, they're all down. What is happening? And who could have warned you about this? So about 3 weeks ago, as the NASDAQ was at its exact peak, I was saying NASDAQ looking like a pullback is coming, right? Key stocks such as Microsoft or Tesla, Apple, they're all topping, despite the fact that they're beating earnings, they're probably going to beat their revenue, but the market is still going to be disappointed because they've overextended themselves. They've run up too much, right? I was saying that these two big indexes, such as NASDAQ and the SP 500, should have a decent pullback, right? Pullback, and then continue its bounce upwards. But what about Bitcoin, you say? What happened there? Well, that was due to the fact that SEC delayed the deadlines for Bitcoin ETF approval. Remember, all this bounce from 25K to 31,000 Bitcoin was due to a Bitcoin ETF coming by BlackRock or ARK or, any one of those Wall Street large companies. And now the SEC is pushing back those deadlines to 2024. So the market is disappointed. And that was my warning as well. Just a few days ago, I said Bitcoin ETF getting rejected by the SEC, right? Basically, I do think the BlackRock ETF, Bitcoin ETF will get approved, but maybe it's next April or later, right? Because the deadline is in March next year for approval. So that was the warning on the rug pull that was possibly coming. However, I don't want to be overly pessimistic because no one knows what's happening with the SEC. Anything could happen. I don't think they'll get approval until, say, sometime next year, like March or April. But however, there is one small possibility. This Grayscale, they have the world's largest Bitcoin trust. And they're suing the SEC, right? They want to turn that trust into a Bitcoin ETF, right? And we get the results to that lawsuit by Tuesday morning US time. There's a small possibility they could win this lawsuit and Bitcoin could get its ETF. Nothing is 100% in trading, so this could happen. If it does, then Bitcoin rockets. But I think chances are this is not going to happen. And of course, the other big reason, as I've been warning, is about the US 10-year bond yields, right? Which has just been rising. When the US 10-year bond yields rise, then US dollar rises. And when US dollar rises, basically all risk assets such as NASDAQ and Bitcoin will take a tumble.